You ever wondered how to make and freeze garlic bread? Well, I'm going to show you today. It's super easy and a great thing to do when you get clearance bread, which is how I like to do it. Here's what you're going to do. The first thing you're going to do is take a stick of butter and soften it. Either leave it out on the counter for a couple hours to soften or put it in the microwave starting with about 15 seconds. You don't want to melt it, just soften it. Once your butter is softened, this is after 15 seconds, you can stir in garlic if you want or leave it as plain butter. Next, you're going to take your bread and cut it up. I like to leave it in kind of wider slices, but you can cut it into any size you want. I'll leave a link to this bread knife. It's my favorite one. And you can certainly use a loaf of pre-cut bread too, but once your bread is cut, we're going to get a piece of foil that's twice as long as your loaf of bread and put it underneath the sliced bread. Once your bread's on the foil, you're just going to start buttering your bread. You can do this with plain butter, or you can mix in garlic powder if you want to make a true garlic bread. We have little kids, so we tend to do it still plain buttered most of the time. You're going to go through the entire loaf, buttering both sides of the pieces of bread. If your butter is too hard at any point, just stick it back in the microwave for a couple seconds. Once you're done buttering your bread, you're going to get your loaf all back together. Make it kind of stand up. This is why we put it on the foil first. And then you're going to take one side, fold it all the way over, bring the other side of your foil and bring it over. This is, you want overlap there. And then you just fold it down on one side and roll that side up. And we do the same thing to the other side. Fold it down and roll that side up to make it all sealed for the freezer. Now the nice thing is this bread, right like this, can go straight in the freezer. You're ready to freeze it. You can take it out of the freezer and pop it straight in the oven, or you can take it out the night before and put it in your fridge and store it till you're ready to cook it. But you can take it straight out of the oven, put it in the freezer at 350 and just warm it for 10-ish minutes or so, 10 to 20 minutes until your bread is all the way warmed through. Unroll the foil and serve. Now before I freeze it, I like to take this and my bag that the bread came in, and I just put the whole loaf back inside the plastic bag, and I'll wrap it back up again just to keep it as an extra layer of protection there. But it's that simple. Anytime you find a clearance loaf of bread too, this is a great way to take advantage of the sales. Butter your bread, stick it in the freezer, and you have a side that's ready to go next time you need it.